welcome to your January 2022 Mercury Retrograde, which is in the sign of Aquarius. So even though you are Leo, we're still looking at how the Aquarius energy is affecting you right now with the Mercury Retrograde. So we're going to look at the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Leo collective. This is a general reading and will not resonate with everybody. Take the things that resonate with you, and everything else you can leave behind. Energies can be reversed, so assign the rules as you please. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can always look at your sun, moon, and rising signs, or you could stick around because there might be something in it you need to hear, or you can get a personal reading in case your situation is much too personal for a general reading on YouTube. You could check out the description box down below for my details. And these messages are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're brought here, there's something in it for you. If you're wanting to know about the Jupiter in Pisces reading, even though you're a Leo, that's going to affect you in some way. It is a very beautiful time for blessings, so don't miss out on that video. It is at the link at the top of the screen. And I always have suggested videos at the end as well. If you like this reading or entertain in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. Before we begin, I want you to know that not only is Mercury retrograde, but it's also in retrograde. Well, it's not retrograde yet. Actually, if you look on the screen, then you can see this calendar shows you that the blue is what we're in right now, which is the shadow period. And then when it turns red, that's when it turns around and goes retrograde. The shadow period will start to foreshadow what it is that you're going to be dealing with. That's why I'm reading the energy now, because it gives me a better, clearer picture. When it turns pink, that is when we're in the retrograde. The darker the color, the stronger the energy. When it turns brown, that's when we are in the post-shadow period. And the darker the color, the darker the brown, then the more serious the energy feels. The closer we get to March and move out of that energy, then you'll start to feel it lighten up more and more and more. So Venus is in retrograde, and those are working together. It's supposed to be very beautiful, according to lots of people that I've been listening to, so that's good. And I do feel like it is a lighter energy. Hopefully you are too. So let's talk about what Mercury in Aquarius looks like and what that's going to do for you, Leo. So Mercury is about how we communicate, and it's going to bring up the past. It always brings up the past relationships, past thoughts, past problems, past issues, so that we can clear them up, okay? And it slows the energy way down so that you have to contemplate, integrate, all of those things, okay? Aquarius is a very intuitive sign, extremely. A lot of your readers are going to be Aquariuses. It's a very, very intuitive sign, and it is in their first house, which is the way people see you and the impressions you give to other people. So Venus is kind of the same thing. Venus is kind of how we're seen. And I think don't quote me on this, but I think it's in Capricorn. And if that's the case, those two together means like how we are seen with our responsibilities. Because Capricorn is a very responsible sign. If you've ever met any Capricorns, they're like really, really responsible people. Anyway, so it's like how we're going to be seen. And then Venus, if it slows down, is in retrograde, we're really kind of taking a look at ourselves, right? Okay, let's take a look at the theme. Oh, before I do that, what's highlighted for you, Leo, is actually your 7th house. So you're going to be focusing in on how you are being seen in the area of your life that is about long-term, significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So we're talking about relationships, all of your relationships, how you look to them, how they look to you, because you're not the only one who's being examined. All signs are. So it doesn't matter. We're all looking at how we are perceived by other people. Now I'm going to pull a theme for what you are working on. I want to thank the people who've already subscribed. If you're new here, thank you for coming and checking out my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed and would like to, do so now. All right? Okay, here we go. What's your theme? All right. Yours is about indecision. You just are having a really hard time making a decision about your abundance, about the things that you know will make you happy. So there's some indecisiveness happening in the sign of Leo and at the angle of Leo, however you want to phrase that. And it has to do with what makes you happy. And are you willing to make the decision that possibly could scare you? Let's find out, okay? All right, Leo. So I'm going to do 6 cards and clarify with 6 more and just see where we go, all right? I just did Cancer, and I know you're in the soulmate cycle with Cancer, and we're talking about relationships and romance, so I have a feeling that we're probably going to be talking about love and stuff. It's all relationships, though, with you. And I just got done talking to Leo this morning, and it makes perfect sense. That's exactly what she was working on, was all of her relationships. And it's very interesting. Very cool. All right. So let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Okay, so the overall energy for the entire reading that we're talking about right now, and remember, energy is fluid, so it may or may not be happening for you right this moment, okay? You can always come back later and look at the video several times throughout the month, depending on when, to see if it's starting to resonate with you, okay? All right, because everybody's timelines are so different. So it could be happening for you now, it might happen for you next week or the next week or whatever, okay? So you've been looking at your life, okay, and seeing all the different areas where you have closed yourself off and kind of not really been open to real romance, like straight up, new friends, that type of stuff. Like you're looking at the different relationships and trying to figure out how you can get happiness. So I was speaking to one Leo today, and this is, it goes so well with what we're reading right here. And this person has found love and has found healthy love. And now this person wants to kind of bring it in all areas of their life, not just with that one relationship, but how can I allow myself to open up and not be so scared of what the outcome is? Like, how can I just be free and be open? Almost like when you were younger, you didn't know that there was an issue with opening up with people. And you had no filter. You know what I mean? You just like 8th graders have no filter at all. Like 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, middle schoolers, like kids in general. Like I taught elementary all the way to 8th grade. And I taught all the way up to high school. They have no filter. They say what's on their mind. Right? And it's kind of like that, although Leos, I know a lot of you guys already say what's on your mind. That's not kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about like really being open, okay? Okay, so the energy that you're in is you are like, well, I have worn this mask because of the experiences I went through. The karmic experiences that I have gone through in my life created this mask. I'm pretty attached to it. It makes me feel more confident. But I know now, or I feel now, that you kind of wondering what it would be like if you didn't have a mask on, or if you didn't have to rely on that anymore. Like, what a beautiful new beginning it would be if you could just live life without, I guess what I'm feeling and they're showing me is like somebody. Have you ever seen The Man in the Iron Mask? It's an old movie in, I don't know, 90s or early 2000s or whatever. It was The Man in the Iron Mask. And imagine what it would be like to always have a mask on your face like that. It'd be sweaty, It wouldn't be fun, but it was protection. Like, I get why you did it. Fair enough, right? But, they're giving me like when I got my braces off, how it just was, I had braces on for so long. And then when I finally got them off, it was like, wow, it just felt so different. I felt naked without my braces on. It was very interesting. Okay, let's see where we're going. So I guess what I'm feeling is like you understand why you put the mask on, You're not mad at yourself or anything like that. It's kind of like, well, if you've been through what I've been through, you'd wear a dang mask too. And that's true. You're right. But I was talking to the other Leo this morning, and I was like, your sole purpose right now is to build these relationships in the new way that we have learned, that you learned. And this person is a bodybuilder. So I was explaining to this person about how when you lift weights, you know, you trained your muscles to do that. So now it's a time of practicing what you just learned. You learned a lot of lessons. You see the mask, and I think that you're ready to take it off. Let's see where we're going, okay? The thing that's coming toward you is you're going to make the decision because it has to do with your happiness and where you're going. You realize now that that mask worked for the time being, but now it's time to take it off so that you can have new lessons, right? And happiness. So they're showing me, right, you know how a lot of people are wearing masks still for the COVID. When you are wearing a mask like that and you smile at somebody, you really don't get the quick reaction of their smile back because they don't realize you're smiling unless they look at your eyes, and your eyes I don't know, it's like the communication isn't there. So if you have a mask on, you're not getting the full communication from people, the body language. That's interesting. Yeah, so they're showing me like, you know, when you wear the masks, like you can smile and people won't even know you're smiling. They have no idea to respond, or they have no idea to reciprocate the smile back to you. I challenge you to wear one of those facial coverings. I challenge you to stand there and smile at people and see how many people will actually smile back to you. They won't even be able to notice that you're doing that. So it is very imperative to your happiness to take the mask off so that you can get other people's communication back to you, so that you can get a response from other people. Okay, so let's see what is hidden that you can't see. Is that God? That's the card of God, right? Spiritual wisdom. You have a gift. Let me pull on this real quick, because I'm hearing a couple of different things. I need to really hone in on what they're saying here. It seems to me like you have a gift with people. Like you're really good with people. But you only allow yourself to go so far. Let's see where this is going. Because this is the hidden thing. The hidden thing is some sort of gift that you're not seeing, that you possess. It is a gift given by God. You're a BS detector. And sometimes you can be a chatty Cathy when you're communicating with people. Okay? People love you. They love to hang out with you. They like being around you. And they like being around you even with your mask on. Imagine if you took that off. You would be a man's man or a woman's woman, right? You would be the one that everybody... I'm surprised I don't see the Empress card here. Like you would be the one that everybody would want to be around. And somewhere along the line, you close that off because of pain. And all that did was take away your power to be you. The beauty of who you are. So you have a gift of communicating with people. You know what to say and how to say it. You can see people's stuff that they don't talk about. You feel it. You see it. You know when people are lying. I swear this is like the reading I just gave my friend this morning. It's so crazy how it's coming out the same. Very close. It's not 100% the same, but it's super close. But you see people lying, and that is your gift. And your gift is that you know when you get into the right space, or when you're brave enough. There are times when you've been brave enough to take your mask off and people really connect with you, and you love it. It really gives you a lot of energy when that happens, when people can see you for who you are and you feel safe. It's happened a few times. You've gotten glimpses of it. And I think that's where you feel like this is why you want to do it. That's actually what you don't see, is that you already know how to do this. You created this mask to help you get through life, but it's not the same energy anymore on the planet. It's different now. It's time to let it go, okay? All right, so the obstacle in your way is that you really, really, really want to be a free spirit. Like you really, really, really want to be free. You want this new beginning. You love your innocence. You love your spontaneity. You don't want anything holding you back. You like to be reckless. You like to take risks. That's you. It's my middle name. I'm Leo. I love to take risks. That's me. Okay? But somewhere along the line, you took a risk and you got hurt, and now you're protecting yourself. And that is the obstacle. You are holding yourself back from being free. It's you. It's not the government. It's not the police. It's not your teachers. It's not your spouse. It's you. You are holding yourself back from your own freedom. You are protecting your heart. You won't let anybody in. You are afraid to communicate from your heart. You're really afraid to open that heart up. Because Leo is a lover sign. And someone hurt you. Many people, sometimes for some of you, hurt you over and over. And so I get it. I can get why you wouldn't want to open your heart. Let's see where we're going. Okay. What is supporting you is the time is right. The time is right to remove the mask. The time is right to trust. It's the right time. You can't wait for a better sign. There is no other sign. It's like a neon sign that's pointing right now, right now, right now. It's flashing in your face. Right now, this is the time. This is your purpose. This is what you said you would do. You said that you would be Leo the lover. And then you would get hurt. And then you would close off. And then you will open up. And the Leo the lover turns into Leo the lion lover. Super passionate, super free. Oh my gosh. So the timing is right to take off the mask and trust and try. Let me see something real quick. I just want to clarify that, get some more information on that story. I know it's scary, but I feel like you've done enough work that you can move in the right direction with this. I feel like it's scary and not scary at the same time. I think you're making it worse than it really is. But I didn't live in your shoes. So it's easy for me to say that, right? So not trying to devalue what you went through or anything like that. You've lived too much in a life of solitude. You've lived a life of lonely. Some of you guys are really outgoing. Leos are really outgoing people. People love Leos. However, there's such a protective energy around this reading that you have closed yourself off because you were tired of people hurting you. You have beautiful memories of love, though, because you are a lover. So you love to love. And you're in your power when you love. Going into solitude and looking at your memories of love really did help you become more wise around the situation. So look at this card about the wisdom and how much the sun is just shining out of this book. It's almost like this is your book of life. And your love is just like shining out. And it's like, okay, you said it this time that you were going to love again. This is time. And that you're going to trust again. That's God's light shining out. Okay? Okay. I understand there was heartache and loss. I see that what's going to happen, though, is when you trust and you communicate and you go into this place of not being trapped in fear anymore about going this direction and becoming more open with people and allowing yourself the opportunity to connect, fully connect, then you're going to put yourself in the right place. That is when you are going to heal the swords that have struck your heart. When you allow yourself the opportunity to, I'm almost hearing like get energy from other people, if that sounds kind of strange, I don't know, but like the opportunity to open up your iron gates around your heart, and other people have healing energy that will start to heal that heart for you and with you. There's emotional pain, there's sorrow and grief and hurt, a lot of negative self-talk. It's about releasing this pain, allowing the optimism to come in your heart and the forgiveness. That will put you, when you start to do this, you will be in such a great place to finally look at the things that closed your heart off to begin with. And it might be multiple things, not just one thing. It could be mom and dad were never around, or you lost someone that you really love, or I never really had close friends, or I lost a close friend, or something like that. There's lots of things that happened in this life experience that created a metal cage around your heart that nobody was allowed to get into. But it doesn't make sense, Leo, because you love to love. So all you're doing is separating yourself from your own happiness because of the earlier life experiences. The earlier life experiences and the later life experiences are completely different. Stop punishing the people that can bring you love for the mistakes of people that hurt you. It's not their fault. They're trying to love you. They're trying to play the part that you wanted them to play here on the planet. And you are making it difficult because you're like, yeah, but my mom hurt me. Yeah, but my dad hurt me. Yeah, but that girl or that guy hurt me. Yeah, but my ex-husband hurt me, or my ex-wife hurt me, or whatever. It's not the new person's fault. None of that. And you are punishing that person for the wrongdoings of other people, of other humans. So, that's interesting. I just want to see where we're going from here, because that was a lot deeper than a lot of the other signs had. And that might be what's holding back this soulmate cycle. It might be what's holding back the twin flame cycle. It might be just what's holding back the love, because Leo is the center point of the soulmate cycle. So is Cancer, but Leo was the main ones that a lot of people started with looking at. Leo was the one, I feel like, that ignited this soulmate cycle. It's time to breathe out. You are super close to achieving your goal. Be bold and make the first moves, because prosperity lies ahead, my friend. All right, if you like this video or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. On the screen is suggested videos for you, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye!